Hi, it's Mary. Welcome back to the Paper Turtle. We are going to work on the signatures for our horse journal. I hope you will follow along with me and make your own journal, whether it's a horse journal or some other kind of journal. If you haven't seen the first part where we made the cover, go back and watch the first part. Today we are continuing with part 2, which is putting the signatures together. If you're not making a journal with us, that's fine too. Do your own thing, just craft along with us, or just watch. Do whatever you like to do. Before I start on the signatures, there's one little thing that I wanted to do with this. First, I want to trim the trimmings. Trim the trimmings. Sometimes this is tricky for some reason. I cannot get the scissors to where I want them to be. So I'm just trimming off the ends of these. That's all. Because they're dry now. And my scissors won't go through this. Come on. Wow. That's pretty sturdy stuff. You might have already done this. Or maybe you were wondering why I didn't. I didn't because I wanted it to be dry before I did it. Okay, that's still sticking down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. It'll probably fray itself off to the edge, and that's okay. All right. Then the second thing I wanted to do, I want to put an eyelet in the what's this? The spine? Oh my goodness. So that we can put a dangly thing on there later. So I have this little bag of eyelets. I think I picked these up somewhere along the way. But I have a ton of other eyelets, but they're all small. They would work, but I wanted something a little bit bigger, I think. Not this big, not grommet big, but just, I don't know the sizes, just not the tiniest little eyelet. So I can do black. Let's see how that's going to look. Or I can do this cream color. I like the cream color, so I'm going to do that. I am using my Crocodile. This is a great tool. It took me a long time to figure out how to get it to set properly, and I still don't think that it works right for me. Because I don't know, I just don't think that it's right. I don't know why. I can't tell the difference between all of these little thingies on here. So I never know if I'm using the right one. I think this is the right one, but I'm not sure. And I think one of them broke off. Yeah, see, I think one of them broke off of mine when I used it wrong, when I first got it. So I don't know. I still don't know if I'm doing it right. There's like letters on them, and you're supposed to match the letters with the numbers, use a certain letter with a certain number, and I don't know what the proper combination is or anything. So I use it the best I can, and if this doesn't work, I go revert to the old hammer method. So anyway, I am going to punch the hole, and this is great for punching holes, even if it's not as great. Make sure I have the right thing here. Even if it's not as great for setting the eyelets, it's wonderful for punching the holes. So I'm just eyeballing the center, a little bit down from the top. Put my hole in. Put my eyelet in and hope that it sets correctly. And it did. It worked well. And it's pretty centered. Okay, so we have the eyelet in so that we can attach a dangly thing to it later. That's like the last thing that I do. today we're working on the signatures. Now, I'm not even sure like how to start explaining to you. I'm not even going to. I'm just going to start doing what I do, and I'll tell you what I do as I go along. I'm not a very good instructor. I'm going to put 2 signatures in here. Each signature is going to have, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 15 pages. I know that's a big range, but I like to start putting them together and then kind of set them in there and see how it looks. And that's what I go by. So what I like to do when I'm making signatures is I like to have a heavier paper for the kind of like the signature cover, the first page in the signature. So I found this when I was looking for signature papers. One of the watercolor drawing how-to books that I have that I absolutely love because they have big paper in them and I love the graphics and everything. One of them had this in it and I was like, oh, there's like no question. I have to use that. So this is going to be the outside page of one of my signatures. And then I found this in my scrapbook stash. It's one of the heavier weight, not real thin scrapbook papers. It is white on the back, but that's okay. I'm going to show you what I do with those later. And this one has this on the back, which it's going to be sideways in the book, but that's okay too. That might end up getting covered up. I don't know what we're going to do with it. But I'm going to start with this. So what I do, I measure the inside of my book and I decide how wide I want my paper to be. Now, other people do this completely different. This is just how I do it. So I'm measuring from the spine to the edge and it's 5 1/4. Well, I don't want my paper going all the way to the edge. I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to say that I want my papers to be no longer than 5 inches. Okay, doubled, that's 10 inches wide is what I need my paper. I'm just making a note of it because I forget. And then my height, I'm going to measure the height of the paper, which I already know is a little more than 8. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say 8 inches because it's less than the total height. And then we want 8 inches high. That's the maximum that I want my pages to be. I like my outside cover page to be the maximum. And then everything inside can be all different sizes. You can do that any way you want. You don't have to do it that way. I do it that way just, I don't know. It's just what is in my head, the way that I like to do it. This paper, I don't want it any more than 10 inches wide because that's what we just measured, right? So I'm just going to put my ruler on there and see where 10 inches comes to because I've got to cut this down. But I don't want to necessarily cut like one of the horse's faces or anything. So if I move this over and put 10 inches about here at the end of his nose, then it would come to here, which is fine. That works for me. I don't know if this is making sense to you, but just you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to cut this right to the edge of this guy's nose. So that's my right edge. Now, if I want this to be 10 inches, how am I going to do this? Because this bottom is jagged. I'm going to turn it this way and measure 10 inches. And it will come to here. Now, if I want to just double check, Yeah, that's the right way. Okay, so 10 inches is here. Okay, so there is the width, excuse me, of my signature. If I fold it in half, each half will be 5 inches long. Okay, now I want to deal with the height, which needs to be 8 inches. So I'm going to take my ruler and see, let's see, 8 inches, about, if I go to the tip of his ear, comes to here, and that's perfect. So I'm going to cut to the tip of his ear, just above it. Turn it the other way and go to 8 inches. So here is my 10 inches by 8 inches piece of paper. Fold it in half. And it becomes my first signature page. Okay? Did you get all that? This one's a little easier because I'm not trying to cut around a pattern, not trying to cut around a picture. I just have to decide which way I want the grain of the wood going. And I think I like it going this way. So this is going to be 10 inches. Because that's the width, the total width. By 8 inches. Fold it in half. Signature 1, signature 2, or vice versa. And just to check, I'm just going to set them in here. And you can see they'll be pushed out a little bit, tiny little bit, once they're full of paper. But this is, see how they sit nicely just inside the cover. So everything else that I put inside these signatures are going to be 8 inches high and 5 inches long, no bigger than that. So that's my base. So what have we got for paper? What do I start with here? I'm going to start with these. I picked these map pages out from a atlas because I like the colors in them. I think the colors will go well with my book. They are, I'm going to line these up together like this, and I think I'm going to try to cut them together. So 10 inches wide, right? Where's my ruler? So if I make it simple on myself and start with like the edge of it here, go to 10 inches, that would bring us to there, and that would give me all the colors. Or I can start over here at 10 inches and go to here, and that would give me some of the ocean, which I think I want the land as opposed to the ocean. This one's going to have ocean on it. It doesn't matter. I do not know why I'm fussing about that. You know what? I think it's going to be easier if I just tear these. No, I still have to measure. No, I'm going to just tear them. I think that because I know where I want to tear it to. So I'm just going to, and it's simple because I've got lines on it. And then I want 10 inches. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's in frame, but I have a ruler down here, so I know where I'm cutting. Actually, I think I'm going to use the cutter. I know. I'm like wishy-washy, but that's all right. Go this way. 10 inches. Okay, so I have my width. Now I need my height. And I'm just going to trim this off right here, just to even it. And then I'm going to go to my 8 inches. I'm just checking. Somehow it ended up. No, this is supposed to be 10 inches this way. Yeah, I messed that up. No, that is 10 inches that way. So we're already so confused. I'm at 10 inches here. Yeah, that's what I want. I've got 10, I want 8. There we go. Boy, that was harder than it needed to be. Yes, okay. All right, let me do it with another one just to show you, because that was like weird. All right, I'm going to, let's see. I want my words going the right way. That's why I keep looking at this like this. No, one of them is going to be upside down. All right, that's all right. Okay, I'm going to cut this along here. Then I'm going to measure 10 inches. This is the width. Then I'm going to measure, I want to just trim this because it's uneven. This is the side where I tore it out of the book. Then I'm going to measure 8 inches. I think I got that one right. And 8. Yeah, because of the way the pages were in the book, one side's going to be upside down. This side's going to be upside down. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way around so that the other side is upside down, because oh, do I want to do that? It doesn't matter, does it? I'll probably cover these up. Like I could put a pocket here and put something over here. That way it's not like glaringly upside down. That's what I'll do. Sometimes, depending on your page, you can't help that things are going to be upside down. So you have to just kind of roll with it because, well, because that's what we do. Okay, so we have 2 more pages. So this is what we're going to do, is just kind of continue creating these pages. This one I cut from a small book, and I'm just yeah, Mary, you're just what? Folding these in half. They're going to be smaller, which is good. I want different pages, size pages in the journal. Boy, today's, what am I doing today? I'm not able to speak. I'm sorry about that. These are so cute. These are from this Show Your Horse, a Junior Exhibitor's Diary. I picked this up at a thrift store. I absolutely love it. Some of the pages have already been torn out, but it's got pictures, and it has these pages where you can record your different horse show adventures. It's got places where you can put pictures. It's just really best advice from my instructor. It's a little journal for horse shows. So I took a couple pages from that I thought were just cute. Before a class, my pony and I share a cola. Isn't that cute? So these will go in here. And they're, again, smaller than the 5 by 10, no, 8 by 5 by 8, 10 by 8, whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know. Oh, this one's got blank. Oh, okay. Oh, this is nice. I like how this comes out. This one has my favorite horse, and they can put a picture of their favorite horse on there. That's kind of cool. And then the horse show, my photos. Your best friend doesn't always have to be human. I thought those were nice touches for this journal. I have I have 2 of each thing because I'm putting 1 of each in each signature. All right, so these are some dyed paper that need to be cut down. So I'm going to just measure them out. Try to cut them both at the same time. I'm going to do a little bit less than 5 inches because when your paper starts getting thick in your journal, it pushes them out a little bit. So you want less than your maximum width. Well, that didn't cut very well, did it? Jeez. If it can go wrong, it will. If I try to put this back in there and cut it, I won't get it straight. I'm not going to get it straight anyway. The height can be right to the 8 inches if you want, because that won't alter as you add pages to your journal. It'll be the same. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have some stationery that I picked out. I just liked the colors and thought it was pretty. It's, again, smaller than the size that we need, so all I have to do is fold it. I have, why did I only pick 1 of those? I have this. I'm going to do 1 of these and 1 of these. They don't have to be exactly the same in both signatures. So this is just another piece of stationery. For some reason, I only pulled out 1 of these, but that's okay. I'm not going to go digging for another one. And then this almost looks like it's going to be too wide. It's a little over 5 inches. I don't want to cut this down because I don't want to cut off, I would have to cut off their heads. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just fold the page in on each side. That way, it's not too long, and I save that. And then I can decide what I want to do. I can either glue it down and just have it as, you know, a border. I can glue the sides and have it as a pocket, little pocket, or I can leave it and it can be just like a little flip. I'll decide that as I'm decorating the book. I don't need to decide that right now. I have a couple of painty papers that I did on my jelly plate. I'm not always crazy about my jelly plate things. I need more practice with it. Okay, so this needs to be cut down. Yep. These both need to be cut down. Which is fine because what I'm going to do is cut the borders off of them. So this needs to be smaller than 5 inches. Which is perfect. And shorter than 8. So I'm going to cut the bottom here and then measure the 8. Okay, I'll just cut the bottom off of these. So I just cut the borders off of the top and bottom. And then that will fit. There. Now, sometimes you don't need to cut your papers down. Say you have a piece of paper and you like everything that's on it. For example, we have this. The height is okay. It's less than 8 inches. Obviously, the width is longer than 5 inches. But I like this. I don't want to cut that off. So I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to just fold my page in. Check to see if that's less than 5. It is. I'm going to just fold my page in. And we will end up with a flip out. And when you flip it out, you get the horse picture on the inside of it. And then this side, you can decide, do you want to do the same thing? You can either fold it in. You can fold it in. You can cut part of it off and fold it in to make a pocket. There's different things that you can do when your pages are too wide. You don't always have to just cut them. So I think with this one, I'm going to fold it in a little bit. I'm going to have to cut some off though. Let's see. I need it to be, where's my 5-inch mark? I need it to be less than 5 inches. So if that gets folded in there, about like that. Or what I can do, I'm going to do that. So this is a double fold. And again, once I put it in my journal and I start decorating, I'll figure out, do I want to make this right here a pocket? I could do that. Or a tuck spot. I could leave it as a fold out. I could cut this off and make this a side pocket right here. So I have options with this side. I mean, you always have options anyway. So that's an example of not having to cut your pages if they're too long. You can fold them and do different things with them. You just got to kind of play around with it. And then this one, I like the scenery on both of these. I don't want to cut them down. So I'm going to just fold them in. But they do have to end up less than 5 inches. So this, I think I'm going to have to just cut off a little bit here. That's kind of a border anyway. And then if I fold this in, it comes to less than 5 inches. So that's going to be that. This one, I think I'm going to do the same as I did on that one and fold it twice. And it's okay if it's less than 5 inches. All your pages don't have to be exactly 5 inches. They just can't be more than 5 inches. They can be shorter. So that's that one. What else do I have here? I wanted to add a little bit of color. So I have these ledger pages. They are more than 8 inches. I need to cut them down though. These I am going to cut down. And this is a simpler one because I'm going to just simply cut it a little less than 10 inches. Eight inches. And fold in half. This yellow ledger paper, I absolutely love it. Isn't it gorgeous? Actually, I want to fold one this way, I think. It doesn't matter which way you fold them because you're going to be seeing and using both sides of it anyway. Okay. Oh, now these are really big pages here. Let's see. I was thinking how high is this horse? Yeah, I can keep the height of the horse. All right. But if I use that as a page like this, one page is going to have his back end. Do we want that? I don't know. It's okay, I guess. Or I can make this the center. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this the center of one of the signatures. So I'm going to, let's see. He's okay widthwise. I'm going to cut him. I'm not cutting the paper. I'm going to cut it right here. And put him at 8 inches. Right there. That's going to be the center of my signature so that when you open it up, you'll see the whole horse. And you won't get the horse's butt on one page. And then on this side, you've got the horses' heads in the sky here. So that works. That worked out really well. Then this one, I like both of them. So I think what I'm going to do is simply cut this in half. Let's see, somewhere. About there. And choose which one I want. All right. So there's that. And that doesn't have to be the center. That can go anywhere. All right, so how many pages do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I have 11 pages. I'm going to put these kind of together. They don't have to go in the order that I'm putting them. Doesn't have to be the final order. I'm just going to try it and see how it all fits. I may have to do some trimming. I may have to do some altering. We're just going to kind of play with it and see. So I'm putting one of each into each signature, like so. And again, these will be moved around a little bit so that I don't have, like, you know, plain cream color against plain cream color. I like to I don't know, give it more interest than that. But for now, I'm just sticking them in here. Now, your pages, obviously, can be any kind of paper that you want. You can, I have very straight lines and stuff. That's just, I don't know, just what I do. There's no rhyme or reason to it. But some people like torn edges. If you like to tear your edges and have more raggedy pages in yours, that's fine. That makes a very interesting journal. Like I said, different size pages. There's, I don't know, it's like, that's the whole, I know you've seen this said a million times, but that is the whole beauty of this craft, is that everybody's is different. And even if they look different, they look great. If that, all right, so see how after putting these pages together, we measured, but we've got some that are sticking out on the edge, and those we'll just trim when we get to that point. But I just wanted to put the signatures together, place them inside the cover just to see how they're going to lay. All right, which actually they don't look too bad. I'm going to add a couple things in here that'll fatten them up, and then once you decorate it, it'll get really fat. So I'm leaving mine at this number of pages. I think that it's good. I did have a couple more papers here, but I'm not going to use them for right now. Now, if you remember in the last video, I told you, actually, I think I'm going to put one more page in here because I like this paper. This is just some stationery paper. And I like the color. I think it's going to add a little something. See how nice that goes next to that? I like that. Remember in the last video, I told you to get envelopes. Where's my envelopes? We're going to put envelopes in the journals. Now, there's, again, a million different ways that you can add envelopes to your journals. What I am going to do, I'm going to do two different things. This one, I think, or do I want to do this one? I'm just trying to decide which I want to do. Yeah, this one, I'm going to put in like this. Doesn't matter which one. As a signature page like this. Oops. So this will get sewn in like as a page here. And then the other side of it will be here, and it'll be a pocket. So that's one way to put an envelope in your signature. The second way is I'm going to fold my envelope in half. And it's going to be put in like this. So you'll have half the envelope on each side. Now there's one additional thing that you have to do with this when you use it this way. You have to, if you want to be able to open each flap, you're going to have to cut scissors. I'll use these. You have to cut a little bit on each side of the fold. Just a little bit. Up to this fold. So that what you're doing, and it doesn't matter if you've got more cut on one side than the other because you're not going to see both sides at the same time. So you're cutting this like a little hole so that when it's in your signature, you can raise your flap up. Now, try it, put it in there, and try it, because you might have to cut a little bit more if it's cut too close. That seems to be okay. Because if it's too close, it's going to catch and it's going to wrinkle and it's just not going to work very well. Once it's in here, it's going to be harder for you to get to it to fix it. So now is the time to do it before you sew it in. Another thing I'm going to do with this envelope, while I have it here, I'm not crazy, well, I don't know. If you want to shape this a little more, now is the time to do it. And I think what I'm going to try to do, how do I want to do it? I have these scissors. These are corner rounder scissors. You put your corner in there like this, and you cut it and it rounds your corner. I'm going to see if I can do something with the... Yeah. So what I did was I just kind of took the point off just because, I don't know, I just like it better that way. And then I can just trim this like that. I don't know why. That's just something I feel like doing. You don't have to. You can leave it the way you want it. You can cut it. You don't want to cut it like above here. You could cut the whole flap off and just have a pocket if you want. You could do that. That's another idea. And I'm going to ink my edges because it's very pastel-y and my journal is not really pastel-y. So I'm just going to ink the edges just to kind of roughen it up a little bit, and it's easier to do before I sew it in. Once you get this thing sewn in there, it's hard to get to all the little corners and crevices and stuff. Now, another thing that you might want to do before you sew your signatures in is go through, and if you want to stamp on any of your pages, this is a good time to do it because it's harder to do once you have it in your book. Personally, I just do it once I have it in the book. Because when I'm putting together a journal, I don't know how my decor is going to be. I don't have it planned out that closely. So I don't know what pages I might want stamps on and what I don't. So I don't worry about it. And when I stamp it, I will put a hard, like a block, not like a block, but I don't know, a hard thing under the page so that I have a hard surface to stamp on. I'll show you that when we get to decorating the pages. But if you want to do it now, you can do it now. All right, so that's the envelopes and 2 ways to put them in. There's other ways. I'm sure there's other ways, but those are the 2 ways that I'm showing you today. So now my next step, I have my signatures. I'm going to check again, make sure they're not like too fat or anything. They're the way I like them. Oh, we forgot one thing. We forgot something, didn't we? Something unusual. Also doilies. You know what? I'm not going to put a doily in mine. You may put a doily in yours as a page. Just take the doily, fold it in half, and stick it in there. I'm not going to put one in mine just because as I'm working on it and as I'm gathering the pages, I don't think a doily like necessarily fits. I don't know. You can. I think I'm not going to. But I am going to put a piece of this in just because I just want to try it. It doesn't need to be, I don't know, and it might unravel on me, so I don't know exactly how this is going to work. You know what, maybe I'll put one of these in one signature and I'll put a doily in another signature. How's that? Just because if this doesn't, I don't want 2 of these in here that are going to, you know, fray and fall apart on me. Let me grab a doily real quick. Hold on, I've got them right here. I just need to grab one. That one's kind of small. I think I've got some right here. Oh, this one's perfect. I hope it's not too big. I think it's going to work perfect. I don't know where I got these. I haven't opened the package yet, though. I think there's... Are they stuck together? Well, how many are supposed to be in there? 2 pieces. Oh, they're thick. This is thick. Okay, this is going to add some bulk. Yeah, that'll work. This is going to add a little bulk, but that's all right. What's happening here? Look at this. This is totally falling apart. Look at that. That makes it a little bit useless, doesn't it? What's happening there? Am I not supposed to fold it? What do you do with it if you can't fold it and use it? All right, we'll try this one. It's a little crinkly there too. Huh. You know what I'm going to do? This is going to interrupt my crafting here. And it's going to throw me all off for a minute. But we're going to... How am I doing on time? Oh, probably bad. Yeah, bad. I was going to put some Mod Podge on it. But I wanted to get to sewing in the signatures to show you how to do it. You know what I'm going to do instead of Mod Podge? For the sake of time. See, we can fix everything. We really can. I'm going to put some washi tape on it. Let me see. I need a thick, a wide piece. That's going to go, if I have a wide piece. This is wide. I'll just use that. Doesn't really go too well, but now I feel like I'm getting pressed for time. And I don't like, I don't like to rush. So unfortunately, I think this video is going to be a little bit long. But that's all right. We're okay with that, right? There's a way to fix everything. I really want to use this doily. So I'm going to fix it. Hopefully. Hopefully this will work. I'm putting some glue on it because I don't know how well this would stick to that. It's actual burlap. This doily is. It's not like burlap looking fake stuff. This is an actual burlap doily. So let's hope that that will work. But look at the back side of it. That's kind of ugly, isn't it? Let's go with it. Let's see what we can do. We'll work on it. Maybe there's something, once we have it in there and we're decorating, we can come up with some way to make it work. I'm just going to trim off the washi tape off the end of it here. I don't know. Let's hope. Let's hope this works. I don't know if that's going to stay. Okay, so now what we have to do, I'm going to try to rush through this a little bit, is we have to put our signatures together the way that we want them to be. Put the pages in order. Ooh, that's really thick. Let's see what we got here. All right, so my first, we know the first page, I want this. So then we have, I like this against this, so I'm going to leave those two together. But I think I want something else right here. Maybe this. This. And this. And then I think I want maybe, goodness, this. And maybe we'll do this right here. That looks kind of good, right? Maybe this one. Let's see. I don't like that one there. This one. No. I don't want this for my center. I like that there better. Let's put this one here. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's see how this will flow. I like that better. Oh, what's happening here? I don't like that there. That's better there. Okay. So you just kind of go through your signature, make sure you have everything like where you want it. Now we're going to have a little issue here, but let's see if it's going to be an issue, because maybe it won't be. No, it won't be. Okay. So remember how I said we cut this first one? I wanted that to be the biggest page. Well, we have some pages that are sticking out a little bit because once you put them all together, they get pushed forward. But they're not bigger than the book, than the cover. So I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to bother cutting them. If your pages are longer than your cover, you'll want to cut them down. And what I would do to do that is I would lay this down. I would take my ruler and a knife, and I would cut right like that. And that cuts it off where you want it, and nice and straight. But I'm not going to do that because I'm okay with it. Let's check this one. This one is not going to be quite as fat as that one because of that doily, but let's see. So this is our first page. And I hate rushing through this, but I know I'm running out of time. Let's see. See, I don't want these two next to each other. That's not bad. I want the burlap in the middle here somewhere. I think. I like it next to this. I don't know if I like it next to this. I have a lot of shorter papers right next to each other, which I don't like. Hey, one of these I was going to have something for the center. This was going to be the center because of the horse. Okay. So he needs to be here, no matter what. So he's the center. Maybe this can go here. I still have two little ones next to each other. A lot of little ones. I don't know if I like that there either. Okay, I think I like that. I think that'll work good. And this is going to be the second signature, I think. I don't know why it doesn't matter. Okay. So we have our signatures. Now, because time is like up, I'm not going to, because it's going to take me like another 20 minutes or so to sew these signatures in. So that will have to be the next video. So I hope you have your signatures together and they fit well in your book the way that you want them to. You see how if it's resting, it's kind of straight across? To me, that fits well. I like it like that. Okay, so I hope that helped you with your putting your signatures together. Next video, we will sew the signatures into the binding and or into the spine, and then after that, then we can decorate. So thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.